them are more than pals.
Our show can be a little gay,
But if you're not,
that's okay.
you can listen and have fun either way. Xena, Star Wars, Doctor Who, guests and music and reviews. Game of Thrones, Winona too. We promise there's something for you. She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things.
Hello and welcome to the She Nerds Out podcast. I'm Kat.
I'm Wendy.
And I'm Tara, and I'm very hurt.
Oh no.
Oh no. And
We'll talk about it later.
You didn't say this is, so that you're not on your game today.
Nope. I'm not this is today
Oh,
Oh
no.
dear.
because part of me is missing.
Oh no. Is Charlie okay?
Charlie's fine.
Okay, good. All right. Well, let's get through the intro and I'll talk
All my
about
real
it.
life things are fine.
Oh no. Okay. Well, anyway, on today's episode, we have a very sad Tara. We have a mail sack. We got some nerd news. We're talking a little Grays.
Oh no.
Oh,
Wait a-
maybe I just figured it out. I'm a genius. I've put together
Now I
the
get it.
pieces. But first, Wendy, please lighten the mood. What
Yeah.
day is it?
Let's try. On the 15th, this fine Tuesday, National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day. So if you got stuff in there you haven't eaten, or that's bad, or that's old, or you just don't want it, you know,
It's
probably
good just in time for
rid of
Thanksgiving.
it.
You got to make room for the new food. Get rid of the old stuff.
They clean out our
Wendy-
fridge at work every once in a while. Usually when I
That's
accidentally
you.
leave stuff there, huh?
Wendy, that's you because you tend to think you can eat things that are.
And I do, and I'm
Abnormally-
still here.
You got a trough in there right now.
No Jello.
Will you
Was it
tell us?
covered
you gotta tell
again?
us whenever you have a trough, okay?
Okay, we'll do. Take a picture. Tomorrow, 16th, National Button Day. Enjoy those buttons. You know why? They keep your clothes on you if you wear something with buttons. They're important. Check your wipers. National Check Your Wipers Day.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that.
If you live in a place where it actually rains more than once every 3 months, you might need those wipers. Maybe more so if you live in a place without rain because you don't know if they work or not. Check your wipers. The 17th, National Take a Hike Day. Go take a hike.
Take a hike.
Take a hike. Go out. Do things. The 18th is Mickey Mouse's birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Mickey Mouse. I love a good Mickey Mouse.
How old is
Yes.
he? Does it say?
Let's find out. Probably not in this thing that I'm looking at.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Not.
We 1920. His 1928. About yes,
Getting up there?
1928. November 18th,
94.
1928.
he's
Wow, he
almost,
looks good.
He's
He
almost
looks
100 years
good.
old.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
It's good. And guess what? Also is the 18th, 19th, 20th. Do I have those days right?
The Xena convention.
That's
Oh,
right. We'll be there. We'll be there. Xena
some-
in it up.
In some way, in capacity.
Yes, and in
Yes.
some way and capacity, we'll be doing a podcast
Capacity.
from there, right? Capacity.
Yes.
Right? Whether
Yeah,
it's
well-
on stage,
Either
we're
on
waiting
stage
to
or
hear.
at a table.
Yeah.
One or the other. But we'll be there in Snop
So
Force.
you'll see us, and when we find out what we're doing, when we're doing it, and where, we'll let the socials know. We'll
Yes.
spread
Yes.
the word. So tell all your snop friends.
Yeah.
Please come and say hi to us, please.
Yeah, just be on the lookout. We don't know exactly when or where, but if you know you're coming to the Xena convention,
This is classic snop.
yeah, classic. Just, we'll announce it on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know what these words that someone just typed are.
That's mine.
Okay. Tara, what did we do last night? We drank wine.
Yeah,
At a
we
wine
had
walk.
a 2/3 of a snop night out. I think Kat had a kids party or something to
No,
go
I
to.
didn't.
But
I'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay.
yeah, we went with Noe and other cat to the
Banana
Burbank-
cat.
Banana cat
Sounds better than other cat. It's like, the
Wine.
other. Banana cat.
to the wine walk in Burbank, where we consumed many wines. I think there were something like 35 stops along.
my.
There were a lot of stuff. We didn't hit them all. We didn't hit them.
No, we hit 31 of them. And
Sorry?
a couple
Oh, yeah, I guess
others,
we did.
we did. And the other,
Wow.
there were 2 of them that ran out. I'm sorry, you ran out at 6 p.m. It goes until 7 people.
Yeah.
It's called planning. We paid money for this.
When was it a
Planning.
bar? Like you probably had
Right.
plenty of wine bottles you could have opened up.
Flappers. Note to Flappers. I know you're listening, Flappers. Big fans, I've heard. Flappers Comedy, where I saw Alice Wetterland a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
They were one of the stops. They have a huge, nice bar, and you
Yeah.
had to walk out of your way to get to the Flapper stop. You know, it was kind
Yeah.
of off the main drag.
Yeah.
And a couple of them were, but they made it worth it. Like they had little extra stuff, or they gave like different stuff away.
Cool.
So you go down there, and we walk in, and like, we just ran out. It's 20 p.m. at that point, and meanwhile, in the background, they have this huge bar. It's like, pop a couple bottles of
Yeah.
your cheapest wine. People walked a
Right.
long way out of the way here to come and
Exactly.
see. You know,
Come on,
So-
Flappers. Step up your game.
Now the martial arts studio that ran out, okay. You
Right.
know.
Oh,
I
so
can
it wasn't
forgive you.
necessarily like a place that would have wine. It's like
No.
you get to know your
Some places
community.
weren't. Yeah. Go to
Here's
the
some
stores,
wine for your
drink
trouble.
wine, find
Yeah.
things you might want to buy. We did find some
It's cute.
like restaurants or bar restaurant places that looked really cute that I would love to go back to.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like a
Because of
scavenger
this.
hunt, like a wine scavenger hunt.
Except
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, a
like
little
some, so some like clothing shops. A lot of those
Mhm.
had wine.
Nice.
Some places that you normally wouldn't maybe go into kind of lured you there, right?
Okay.
So that's what gets me. Like a dress shop, like I'm not gonna go into that, but when there's wine, I will.
we did find a cute jacket.
Yeah, there was a cute
But I didn't buy
jacket.
Did you guys buy anything?
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
some vendors. I bought a Christmas present and then some like candy at a one stop.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got some jerky.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I found it in my
Yeah.
bag. I forgot about that.
Well,
love
San
jerky.
Fernando Boulevard was like lined with vendors on
Mhm.
top of the normal stores, so it was really cute.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a
And
nice
I
fun
saw
outing.
I saw some videos. I thought it was snowing.
I mean, it
some
wasn't real, but it was
snow.
it was nice.
That's
It
cute.
was nice.
Yeah.
They had these pens, and they had multiple tasting stations within these pens, and it was just
Like an
just a
animal
bunch
pen.
of kind of people drinking wine, and then the music was
sounds great.
playing, and I would like these 3 middle-aged women that were just all dressed
Yeah.
in black, just
Hell
cutting
yeah.
a rug. They were having a good old time. They
They're
were fun to
calling
watch.
it Club San Fernando.
Yeah.
It was a fence. There were 3 fenced areas with like armed guards.
Seriously,
Oh,
armed
my
guards.
You can't come in here and
Show
drink
your
the
wristband.
fancy wine. Yeah, show your
Whoa.
wristband. Like, all right. Get 'em.
I
Amazing.
think
Yeah.
we ended up in the VIP section later. They weren't caring at that point. We just wandered in.
It was a free for all. Yeah,
Amazing.
and your shirt reminded me, Wendy, that we also went to Universal Studios.
Oh,
You
that's
got
right.
a
You
cool,
guys
yeah,
had a
look at her
busy
cute
week.
shirt. Yeah, my best friend from New York
Great
was in
shirt.
town. And so we went to Wendy, and, she works for Universal.
The company.
If you haven't heard,
Wendy's kind of a big deal.
to get some passes to Universal Studios.
We get
so,
we get a comp 4-person pass that we can use once a year. So I can
Once a
one
year?
time,
Come on,
yeah,
Universal.
once a year,
Yeah.
I can get a free day at Universal for up to 4 people.
That's
I can't
great.
like 2 and 2 it. It's just like one time.
All or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to use it for Christy and her 2 kids and
That's
myself.
Mhm.
Tara was on her own.
Yeah, I got a season pass because I want
Cool.
to go back. But it was raining. It was raining in LA. It was awesome.
So it's probably not very
Zero.
busy, right?
Zero
No.
lines.
Oh, that's great.
It was amazing.
Love it. Love to hear
It only
it.
rained hard a couple times, and we just got under an overhanger when it rained so hard that it flooded one of the Harry Potter shops, and they had this big thing
Oh,
like shoving the
no.
water back out.
Yeah.
But it was nice. They got a little extra shopping out of us while
Right.
while we were there.
And you know how I feel about kids in general.
Don't
you know how
like
I feel
'em.
about it. No, I wouldn't go to a kids party on my own, but I love they're
dare you.
my nieces, my kids.
They were
my
very
best friend's
good girls.
Kids. I love them very much. So
And they had she had a double stroller for them, so they didn't have to walk the whole time. But they were wet. They'd been to Disney the day before. There were
Oh,
no
wow.
complaints.
Oh,
They're
good
great
kids.
kids. Great
I
kids.
was complaining more than they were.
Right.
I am
so,
not surprised.
No. Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. You're fragile today. I'm sorry.
It was a fun week. It was
No
a
ribbing.
fun week.
That's a great week. Look at
We,
that.
Tara and I've been active. And then next week, this coming weekend's the convention, and
That's
it's like I don't know what to do with all this activity.
That's crazy.
What are these words here, Kat? What
Well-
did you do?
So when you guys were drinking it up in Burbank, California, like minutes from my house,
Which we invited you to.
of course you did, and I told you I couldn't go because I had plans to go to a birthday party, not a child's. My buddy Mike's birthday. He's in his
Is
late
Mike
40s.
5? Okay.
No, he's a grown man. He's a grown ass adult. Thank you
Okay.
very much. So he loves tiki. Him and his wife have tiki collection in their home.
Oh.
He's got an incredible collection of Hawaiian shirts.
Are they both into tiki? Or
They
like
are.
did Mike? Oh,
They-
how good for him that they found each other. That
Oh,
they're
it's
both into
they're
tiki.
honestly they're a perfect match. They both love Star Wars.
wow.
They are.
They must
they're-
love those Star Wars tiki.
Oh man, of course I do. Lee and I bought his wife Patty's a set of that first set of Star Wars tikis. They displayed proudly on the mantle. Anyway, so as a surprise, Patty's like, "Hey guys, we're going to." There's this thing it's called the AC Doocy. It's a submarine themed tiki bar.
What?
It's interactive. There's like a show and there's like things that happen. It's almost like I don't want to say murder mystery, but it's like a mystery bar, like a dinner murder mystery without the dinner and drinks instead.
Oh wow.
But also tiki.
Tiki.
So where does the tiki? How are you tiki on a submarine?
Tiki drinks.
Oh, okay. But
It's a whole story. It's a submarine. It's the U.S. government, but they use it for like special secret missions, and they disguise the secret stuff going on with this bar.
How fun is that? It looks
It's a stretch.
cool.
Where's
you have
it
to-
at?
It's near the 6th Street Bridge, so kind of downtowny, like near Little Tokyo. And they encourage people to dress up. So I was in theme.
That's what? What'd you wear?
I look pretty good. I had a really nice floral tiki type shirt. I had that really cool sort of white fedora kind of looking thing. You know, Wendy, I look like, the guy in the beginning of Jurassic Park who gives Miles Dyson, what's his name? Dyson, that shaving cream thing to smuggle out some DNA.
Yes.
I look like him. I look like a tourist in Costa
Oh my
Rica
gosh,
in the
that's
1990s.
funny.
And so you go in, there's like, oh, here, welcome to everyone's in costume, welcome to the submarine. Here's your, like, as soon as you walk in the door, you get a shot in a little parrot shot glass. You throw that back. You sit down, there's a dinner, like, people are singing, it's great. The captain's there singing, she's very attractive in a uniform. And they're like, oh no, red alert. I'm like, ooh, ew, wee, wee. We have a stowaway. Who's the stowaway?
Oh, no.
So like looking for, and they randomly pull out 4 people to like, are you the stowaway? Guys, I was one of the stowaways. They pull you out. There's 4 of us. They pulled us into the back room. The captain interrogated us for like 10 minutes. Guys, it was enjoyable. I loved every minute of it. This captain was very attractive.
What did she do to you?
Just asked us some really funny questions, and like she was kind of over the top, like, "Is it you?" Like she had like there's like that light, hanging light, she shine in your face. It was so much fun. I had a blast.
Oh man.
I was
fun.
not the stowaway. She let me go. I was allowed to go back. It was just really fun, and I love that kind of shit. I'm a sucker for that stuff. So it was really fun, and hopefully they do more of these sort of pop-up bar type things, but it was a good time. That's all.
Nice. That sounds fun.
That's
what
what-
did everybody do while you were being interrogated?
There's
Like, what did
another
they do?
performer. One of the sailors was singing.
Oh, sounds like you got the better end of the deal.
I definitely did. Turns out I enjoy being interrogated by a woman in uniform.
Oh,
Wow.
I
saying
learned
something.
a little something about myself.
take note, Leah.
Yeah. Go buy a uniform.
Your wife.
Ah. Good times. So there
Well,
you go.
wow.
Look at us.
Look at us. We're doing things.
I know. It's exhausting.
Alcohol is always involved. Somehow that works out.
Will there be alcohol at the Xenocon?
In some way, right? There's got to be.
I'm just kidding. Of course there will
There's a
be.
bar, right?
Of course there
Hotel
will
bar.
be.
Should we jump into the old mail sack?
Let's do it. Let's do it. The first one here is from Hildy, who always makes us jealous with the pictures. Says, "Hey guys, I live by the fjord, so it's not a lake. Fjord. And there are a lot of those here in Norway. We are all about our fjords and fjells, which are mountains. Yes, party at my place on your world tour. Can't wait. And thank you for the furniture advice, Kat. But I do have them. They are on the terrace because there has to be enough space to play football or soccer if you must. And the furniture is also safer from the rain, wind, and snow, which we have a great deal of. Jealous. Under the terrace roof. I started rewatching The Nevers. Very good show. And the second half of season 1 is supposed to be released in December this year.
What?
What?
Breaking
Since when?
news.
I'm
Breaking
looking it up.
news.
Looking it up.
Hildy, thank you.
Something to look forward to since Andor will have its season finale in the end of the month.
Yeah.
Keep on nerding. I will be listening. And look at these.
Do some more infuriating photos.
Look at that
Oh my
table
God.
in that view. Like, can you imagine sitting up there having an evening with that view? And it looks like there's obviously a setup for a hammock right there with that other thing. And the sunset.
Oh, look at these
I assume.
goats.
I know,
Oh.
there's goats. Hildy's uncle has goats.
Anya, my uncle's favorite goat. I kid you not. She is a very spoiled kid, you know.
Oh, look at those goats.
Look at that sweet face.
Look at those goats.
Their
I
eyes
love
kind of weird me out, but I do like goats.
Yeah, don't look at them in the eye because they will steal your soul. But
okay.
they're very, very cute. I love goats.
They are baby goats. I did the baby goat yoga.
I did yoga. I did yoga.
Goat yoga?
Goat yoga too. Yeah.
Did they encourage them to jump on you when you were like?
100%.
Oh my god, it kind of
I
hurt,
have-
but it was cute.
I have
And
photos.
they poop on your mat.
I didn't
But
get
it's
that
cute.
part.
It's tiny little pebble poop. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's not gross.
Exactly. It's like
Fine.
little
Cat poop.
bunny poop.
Yeah, it's little bunny poops. I'm looking up the nevers. Thank you, Hildy, for that
Yeah.
breaking news that
Good.
we dropped. Never.
Good
Yeah,
tip.
I literally I looked a couple days ago and it was still nothing. So what's
Oh,
your
fine.
source, Hildy?
Okay. All right. Well,
Name your
I
source.
am reading an article that says supposedly pushed till 2023.
Oh,
So
which is ridiculous. It's been a year and a half. Just
have they even?
and it's
filmed
just
it?
part.
I guess
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have.
It's very
Weird.
hard to find information on it because I was just looking.
Interesting.
All right, I
Yeah.
have one from AK.
Great.
Candy tasting update. AK says tailgate candy corn. No, 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 thank you. None of those. Very, very no. I don't dislike anyone enough to knowingly do that to them. Which does rather beg the question, what the hell did we do to you? This is okay. I warned you. I wrote it's disgusting. I feel like I put it in writing and verbally on this podcast.
Oh, for sure.
How disgusting it really is. So I do feel bad. Like I knew you guys weren't prepared. Like I knew it. Like even though I could say it's gross, like, oh, it's gross. But like I know there's no way to really be prepared for how gross it is. All right, AK continues. I don't know whether the turkey dinner version was any better than this, but this is almost certainly a genuine combined biological and psychological weapon. What were they thinking? Maybe it should all be sent stealth as welfare packages to Russia.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks for the experience, though. Very sweet of you. Please don't ever cause me to taste this stuff again. AK. Well, I do apologize. I know. I still have the memory of spitting it out because it was so repulsive. I could not have it in my. Ugh. And Wendy was like, "It's fine. I'd eat it."
Well, I'm not gonna go buy it, but yeah.
The hamburger was
the meat
and
ones were
hot
gross.
dog.
The meat ones were gross.
It was the meat ones that were so beyond. It was one of the. I mean, gross stuff. But I was repulsed by it.
So yeah, why not send it to some friends?
Yeah, I feel like it should almost be illegal. Like that should be more illegal to ship that across, international borders versus alcohol.
Thank you.
Oh.
All right.
Well, okay, just that tailgate candy corn. Okay, Kat, don't lump it all into that. So that is not even candy corn.
It says it right there on the package, candy corn.
No.
All right, let's move on. We got an email from Jackie and Buster.
Jackie and Buster.
Jackie says, "Howdy, gang. I'm with Tara. I would give the edge to Frozen 2 as being slightly better than the original. Just because it's way more emotional. Cue everyone crying over a certain Olaf scene. And I think the soundtrack holds up as well. And yes, they're both better than Encanto." Wow.
I think so, but I mean, Encanto was good. I just, I just prefer the Frozens.
Interesting. Sound off, everybody. Next, does everybody agree with that? Does anyone else think that Encanto is better than one of those two movies? Let's find out. Jackie continues. Tara, do you hand out dietary restrictions / demands when you go somewhere?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd love to see a list of acceptable sandwich combinations. I too would like to see that.
Let me say this. Remember when Harry met Sally? When
Yes.
Sally orders at the restaurant?
Right.
I want the thing
particular.
on the side. If you don't have this, I want it, but only on the side. That's Tara.
Got it.
And I reiterate on the side. And if it does not come on the side, I'm like, and if they don't write it down, I'm very upset.
Because you know they're not going to remember.
No, they're not going to remember.
Yeah. Jackie continues. Also, I haven't had that particular problem of Buster going into a litter box to retrieve quote-unquote snacks. Since I don't have any cats, but he did just eat a grasshopper the other day, and he occasionally finds goodies outside he shouldn't eat. My old dog Cooper, what a great name for a dog. My old dog Cooper would also eat birds and or squirrels. Oh, Cooper. And that was always fun trying to get that out of his jaws without touching anything. Yeah, good luck with that. They really should make mints for dogs. They do, Jackie. Jackie, they do. Trust me. Look it up, Jackie. Maybe I'll send you some.
Charlie needs one.
Yeah, you got to get some mints. Dog breath is the worst breath. Jackie continues. Sorry for the confusion on one of Buster's picks. The singer, Lindsay Ray, of the Way Hot wedding song fame, Lindsay Ray, spoke to her on the This Harper Life podcast, hosted by myself and Ann Hicks Bleeker. Check her out. She's great, delightful. Started doing a little thing on Instagram where she would match your pet to a celebrity. Oh, she even started a dedicated account for it at You Won't Believe It, but it's highly entertaining. Okay, so that picture of Donald Sutherland and Buster, that was Lindsay Ray comparing the two. That's very good.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's really fun. Have a great week. Hope you enjoyed the Into the Sack ditty.
Into the sack.
Jackie and Buster. And we got some photos as usual from Jackie and Buster. P.S. Sorry for the lack of Buster pics. He's hanging out in the country with his grandparents while I go to Disneyland in a week.
Disneyland, and look, Buster's dressed for
Oh.
Disneyland.
Look at that.
Oh, and he's a candy corn.
He's got some mini ears on in this one.
With a candy corn bow. It's so cute. Oh my God. You know,
Super
Buster does kind of look like a little, I can see Donald Sutherland in this
Yeah,
one.
look,
A little bit.
It's the eyes, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, like the jawline a little bit. You know? Oh, Buster, you're so cute.
He's such a good boy. Thank you,
Oh.
Jackie. And as always, thank you, Buster.
And enjoy Disneyland.
Yeah, you're going to be in our neck of the woods, Jackie.
Jackie.
Actually,
Hey.
oh no, the convention's in Anaheim. Never mind. I was going to say we're going to be right there, but now we're going to be by the airport.
LAX.
The beautiful Los Angeles airport.
Great. All right, I got an email from Alex. It says, "Hey, Snoplings. I've been busy, but I'm on a roll and couldn't miss emailing you this week. I have stuff to share. Kat, I am hurt. You think I would agree that Scotland has the best Mexican food just to be nice?
Yep, I do.
Well, I found myself in a conundrum because you think I remember the name of the restaurant? Of course not. My brain is not helpful like that. My visit was not during the 2018 trip. It was a few years before that. Thankfully, I did have a vague memory of where it was located. So after some research, Google mapping, and putting my useless brain to work, I found it. It's called Viva Mexico.
Viva Mexico! That's where I went! That's where I went!
I've not seen Tara this excited ever.
Viva
Me
Mexico!
neither.
It absolutely. Oh my God.
So it justifies what you were saying about it.
Wow. And I mean, I trust Alex. Alex knows
Yeah.
Mexican food,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
I am in
Now I
shock.
feel like I need to make a trip to Scotland just to go to Viva Mexico.
I think we gotta go, Wendy.
Anyway, it's called Viva Mexico. And I'm
By the
glad
way,
it survived.
Tara jumped out of her chair.
I wasn't looking. I'm going to have to go look at the replay because I was
So
too busy reading the email. And I missed it.
Sorry,
That is
Wendy.
funny. I could hear the
Continue.
excitement, though. I'm glad it survived the pandemic because I'm definitely stopping by next time I'm in Edinburgh. If this is not the same restaurant, Tara, you should add it to your list. And if it is, well, I think it's wild we ended up in the same spot. It is a great place, though, so people should visit.
Amazing.
In other news, Wendy, you've piqued my interest, and although I haven't seen all of Xena, I would still like to see your movie. May I be added to the list of interested viewers? Of course. Also, a live viewing would be cool. All right, time to start wrapping up. I'm finally caught up with Andor, and your recaps have made it even better. Thank you. I like it a lot, and I agree with Wendy. This is a must-watch show. I think we're going to get back, we're going to after it wraps, after it ends.
Yeah, and after
we'll
the Xena
get back to
convention
Andor.
and-
Yeah, because we'll have
lot-
Xena stuff to talk about next week.
lot going on.
Okay, last but not least, Tara, I second Kat's request. Please decorate. We will see it and we will love it and we will definitely enjoy it. Is this good positive reinforcement? Adios for now, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah, Tara, you don't have to do I think we committed you to a party last night. 'Cause
Yeah.
they bought you something for it.
Oh,
We went to this place where they do like wood carving stuff, and it's a box. Well, I don't know what to call it really. It's a dispenser. It's a wood cup dispenser,
Okay.
but it dispenses party cups, solo cups, red solo
Oh.
cups, and it has a little spot for the Sharpie, and it says like, "Please take one and write your name on it." So,
that's cute.
yeah.
That's perfect.
Very cute.
So did Noe buy it for you or Kat buy it for you?
No, he did. Yeah.
That's so nice. Of course, Noe's
Because here now you have to have a party. So,
Noe's the best.
yeah, it was fun. Okay, is it my turn? I have one. Viva Mexico. So excited. I was just looking at pictures of it again, man. It's so cool.
that's
You go
so
and you're like, oh, it's
cute.
such a cute little thing. But no, there's like three. Like then you like go down these windy stairs. It's really cool. Oh, and the margaritas are so good. Get a picture. So delicious. We got very drunk, and that's why I fell down the stairs. Where's
Oh,
it?
boy.
Amazing.
Oh man, those taquitos,
You
so
look
good.
you look so excited
all
right now.
three of us, all three of us that were there at the restaurant, we were like, "Is this weirdly the best Mexican food you've ever fucking had?"
I'm looking at
the
pictures
best
now. It's adorable.
margarita. Yeah, it's
Wow.
freaking adorable, and it's on this adorable, cute street. Like, think of
Yeah.
a Harry Potter street. Like you think of the most Scottish street
Yeah.
you can think of, historical, cute street. That's where it is. It's
Wow.
like tucked away, right? It's
Amazing.
very cute.
Yeah. I'm going to just go to Scotland just for that.
Seriously.
If you're there, Viva Mexico.
Watch out with
Check
that
it out.
staircase though.
Yeah, watch out. It'll get you. Okay, all right. Got one from Beck. Beck says, "Hey nerds."
Hey, Beck.
Beck.
It's terrible.
I thought it was fine.
I thought it was fine.
Okay.
So you guys don't have pregnant ladies on your alcohol over there. It's literally on every alcoholic drink here. No, I wish we did that. I mean, that's
No,
funny.
it's
It was
so
the
funny.
picture. She's referring to the picture of the pregnant lady she's literally with the pregnant belly holding alcohol. And then it had like the cross out.
Don't do it.
I have really taken her for granted. I assumed she was universal.
She's
No. Not the picture. I mean, we have the pregnancy warning, but we don't have the fun picture.
No.
Fun picture.
Maybe if we did, less people would do it. Huh?
Maybe.
Kat, I can't believe you said Grey's Anatomy has run out of ideas because this house,
Oh no. Triggering.
because of this house fire or whatever it was. That show ran.
Oh.
Oh, no. Did we short circuit Tara?
That show ran out of ideas years ago. Beck, I don't know how you feel about where this is going.
I didn't know this was the email, Tara. I would not have
What
given
are
it
you
to
talking about? Speaking of, did you guys hear about the lions that escaped a zoo over here? It was 4 cubs and an adult. Well, that just disproves your point, Beck, because clearly these ideas that happen on Grays come from somewhere, and they really happen. So,
Right.
yeah. When I saw it on the news, I immediately thought of Tara. Unfortunately, these guys barely even got out of their enclosure, let alone into a hospital. Maybe next time. Well,
Maybe next time.
you don't live in Seattle, so.
You're rooting for those lions to go into a hospital.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about my weapon of choice. I think I'm going to go with those balls that have spikes on them and are attached to a stick by a chain. What are they called?
It's a mace.
A
or
mace?
a flail? It's either a flail or a mace.
Is that even from Night Times?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it
I don't care. That's my pick. I also want a big shield because I feel like I'd look badass just beating people off with my shield. And it can have the Snop logo on there.
There you go.
And the feathers in my night helmet can be the rainbow.
Love that.
Sounds
Take
beautiful.
note, Wendy.
Okay.
These are all
Noted.
good ideas.
Noted.
Tara, have you listened to the Parks and Recollection with Rob Lowe and Alan Yang? Oh, is that the Parks and Rec podcast, I'm assuming? I meant to bring this up before, but forgot all about it until I heard the Nutri-Yum reference last week. If you haven't listened, you should. They go through all the episodes of Parks and Rec and sort of do a recap. They do a what is that?
Psychnopses? Like a
Of
like
each-
Like a
Oh, okay.
synopsis, but a synopsis?
And then throw in lots of behind the scenes stuff, especially from the writer's perspective, which is really cool. Plus, Rob Lowe just drops Hollywood insights all over the place. I highly recommend it to any Parks fans. Just check it out. Wendy, I apologize for making you say the word cunt so many times last week. So you should have made Wendy read this one.
You definitely paragraph, Wendy.
No,
You definitely get set up with my emails every time I write something off color and it gets sent your way. But as requested, here's a photo of the cunt chocolate.
Gosh.
I had to open it all the way to get a good picture because of the plastic around it, and now I'm really tempted to eat it. But I also don't want to eat it because look at it. But also, what if it's really nice chocolate? And also, I'm sorry about having to say this and in turn make one of you say it, but it's true. It's been quite a while since I ate pussy, so love you guys, Beck.
Thank you, Beck. You win. Good night, everybody.
There is that.
So,
This is my goodness.
Incredibly graphic. Very anatomically correct.
Wow.
Candy cunt.
XXX rated.
Extra explicit this week.
Can we post this on the Instagram without getting...
I don't know.
No.
You know?
Tara, you can't.
I don't know. I can't. My
Post it on
algorithm
Facebook,
will
Tara.
just close this all shut us.
I don't know that we can or should.
Yeah.
Let's leave it to your imagination.
I'll leave that to
Yeah,
Beck.
just leave it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You can tag us, Beck, if you choose to put this up on Insta. Why you tag
like-
us?
I
Wow.
love chocolate, and that looks kind of. You know what? I just turn it over and just not look at it. Like,
Wendy, would you eat this?
yeah, like I said, I just turn it over so I don't have to look at it. It's chocolate.
So you don't have to look at it.
I mean, it's a lot to take in visually.
It's a lot.
I mean, it looks like this is like a mold, right? So someone
Yeah.
had to
Right.
sit for this.
Right. Who is
I
this
don't
mold?
Sit for this.
Yeah, you know, they got to put them.
their
To
part.
do the mold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to sit for the mold.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Maybe they're out there
Okay.
listening.
Well, we're gonna move on. Guys, I have an email from AK. I'm gonna read the email from AK this week. I'm gonna do it, and it's
I
gonna be
literally just read one
great.
already.
I know, and this is the longer one,
Oh,
and I'm gonna
okay.
read it because I don't give it to myself because I can't read, but I'm gonna do it this week.
Okay. I believe in you.
Settle in. Let me get comfortable. I'm gonna take my time. It's gonna be great. AK says, so first of all, with humble thanks to my liege, this is additional candy commentary. Wow. Butterfingers? Very good. I like those. Can't think of anything vaguely equivalent here either. Nice one. Thumbs up emoji.
Nice. Those
This
are one of my favorites.
It's a great classic. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger. Bart Simpson.
I watched a video on how the Butterfinger is made the other day.
Oh, that's fascinating.
That's very
I'd like to see that.
Now I want a Butterfinger.
AK continues. The saltwater taffy, on the other hand, has glued my jaw shut. But that's okay. I don't really like to talk to people anyway, so this is a good excuse not to. Tastes okay, though. I had a pink one. It appears to be banana flavored. Is that normal? Oh, wow. I see why it's called saltwater taffy now. Thirsty. I must have a straw somewhere around here. Thinking emoji. Traditionally, a squire was a lad who, by serving a knight, was trained into becoming one. I propose that a squire of Snopalot needs no specific knight to train under, but is just held to be in general training. And as such, will be at all the knight's bidding. Knight's bidding. Don't listen, Tara.
Sorry, I should.
I don't.
I encouraged you earlier. I shouldn't have done
I
that.
don't need that from you.
I heard it as soon as it came out.
The
I'm
knights
sorry.
have the responsibility to ensure that a squire becomes, in due course, a fully fledged knight. So long as the squire anonymous is prepared to undergo the rigorous training offered in pursuance of these aims, i.e. none, and pledges themselves to completing the mission of diligently listening to every episode of The Snop, in due course, I see no problem in granting them the position of squire should it please our overlords to do so. Welcome, young anonymous. Listen well and regularly. You will be a knight in no time.
That was a tough paragraph.
Thank you. I feel like I lost it a little bit. I wasn't sure what I was
You got it
reading
back.
at some points, but I was just kept going. AK continues, I just finished Motherland Fort Salem. Spoilers! Spoilers! And while I'm really glad they didn't go with bury your gays, gratuitously killing off black women for no plot reason is equally bullshit. That is bullshit. What the fuck? We need someone to die. We need someone to die to show that it's high stakes? Really? Why? We already nearly killed the dude she... I don't know what they're talking about. We already nearly killed the dude she loves, killed an insignificant new Latinx brought in for the purpose, fake killing a significant white female character, so let's out of nowhere kill the black woman instead. Because that's cool, right? No issues around that at all. I mean, I'm not saying no black women or lesbians can ever be allowed to die on TV. I don't think that's helpful. Just that maybe gratuitous deaths need to be scrutinized a little more closely. Don't know what AK's talking about, but I agree with that completely.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yes,
shouldn't just
in
be
general. It happens
plot
a
for,
lot.
for some sort of plot purpose. Like, stop. Just stop doing it. Just stop. AK continues. Whoops. Sorry, didn't mean to co-op the rant. Trademark. Don't mind me. I'm just mad at them because I actually liked the show, thought it was doing pretty well, so feel a little let down by that particular death. Does this mean that Fort Salem is over? Is that the finale?
Did. Yeah,
oh,
that
it's
was
done?
the series.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Oh.
Anyway, I need to carve out some more TV time. I haven't even seen She-Hulk yet. So behind. Come on, winter. Let's be having you. Oh, God, don't remind me I said that when it's the worst winter on record, and I can't work for 6 months. Later lieges, AK. There you have it.
Thank you, AK.
A lot going on in that. And then
Good job, Kat.
Thank you. I'm exhausted.
You
Classic
used your
AK.
words well.
Thank you.
I haven't watched
awake.
Motherland Fort Salem either, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I mean, people love it, obviously.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
enjoyed it. I mean, I just watched like up through the first season, and then I kind of
Okay.
got distracted. But I enjoyed it. I'd like to go back to it sometime.
Okay. How many seasons?
I think this was 4.
Oh, wow. Oh, holy crap. Okay.
I think it ended with 4 or 3. I don't know. I'll go back.
Okay.
3 or
I
4.
don't know.
All right.
Okay, I'm looking ahead to this one. I don't know. This is from Tammy. It says, my son sent this to me. He put the quote, "It tastes like feet," under it. I concur. My would you rather question to you is Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving candy corn? And what
God.
this appears to be is a can that has everything, like a can of your Christmas dinner. It includes, and it's layered, and you can see the distinctive layers of the different foods. So on the top, we start with scrambled egg and bacon.
Well, how was that? How's that Christmas?
I guess maybe, I don't know where it's sold. This is what a typical Christmas dinner, but
That's
yeah, maybe
bizarre.
your breakfast before Christmas dinner. Anyway,
Okay.
underneath that is 2 mince pies, turkey and potatoes, gravy, bread
Ugh.
sauce, cranberry sauce. This is the one here. We're going to get to the 2 that would knock me out of this. Brussels sprouts with stuffing or broccoli with stuffing. Broccoli I could do. Followed by roast carrots and parsnips. And then at the bottom, we have our Christmas pudding. And it's all
real?
like, if you took a chunk of this and just like of all these foods and just shoved it in a can, and it looks like the Earth's strata or whatever, like different layers. And I guess, you know what? Sign me up for the Thanksgiving candy corn.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take this. I'll
I
take
don't-
this any day. Take the candy corn any day.
Yeah, this
Can
looks
this-
pretty.
I'm looking it up. I
Disgusting.
feel
Is
like
this real,
it's legit.
though?
I think. Well, maybe not. Is it a real thing?
I don't know, but
It's a hoax.
I mean,
it was
are
a
people-
hoax
Oh,
by a
but
British art director.
Okay, thank goodness.
It first emerged
Theoretically.
in 2013 and went viral, but it's apparently not real.
Okay.
I'm shocked no one's actually made this though.
I would say look for it in a couple of years. Someone's going to
Probably look on Etsy. Maybe it exists.
Someone's doing it at home.
It's,
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really gross. Even just the thought of it.
Well, like,
And then are you supposed to
again,
eat it layer by layer? Or are you supposed to just like fork through the whole thing
take
and
a
eat
big
like a.
old fork it up.
Oh, God, that makes me sick. Thinking about it.
No, I'm thinking someone actually may have made this.
Oh boy,
And there's a vegetarian version that has 12 layers.
it tastes like feet. That's, of course,
Yeah.
a Friends reference.
Well, apparently, if someone did buy it, need it, I
Yeah.
think maybe it started off as a joke and someone did make it.
Maybe.
Meat, good.
So we need it.
Pudding, good.
Good.
Scrambled egg and bacon.
Good.
Yeah, he'd eat this for sure.
He put his meat pants on first.
Meat pants.
Oh, thanks, Tammy, for this disgusting visual.
Thank you.
Well, to wash that down, we got some beers
Hey.
from Liz. Liz bought us 18
Oh
beers.
my gosh.
Liz in LA?
Liz in LA.
Whoa.
This is almost as many the real beers that she's she's brought us a lot of real beers too.
That's right.
Liz says a 6-pack for each of their majesties as tribute, and declaring myself as a proud member of this Knights of Snop-a-Lot. Sir is Elizabeth of Los Angeles. I'd love to write up some Snop-centric trivia questions. I'll keep you
Ooh.
posted, babes.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank
that.
you, Liz.
I love that, Liz. Thank you for the
Okay.
beers, Liz.
Dang,
Welcome
we'll drink
to
them all
the,
this coming weekend, probably.
Welcome, Sir Elizabeth.
All right. Sir Elizabeth of Los Angeles.
Cute.
I like that.
Very cute.
Uh,
Well,
Good times. Now we're gonna have to bring it down, aren't we?
Oh.
Tara,
I mean,
we
you
give
did
you the
this
floor.
you did add it to this
Look.
part of the rundown, so
my cat Pumpkin is now yowling, and I feel like I
'Cause
also
he knows
want
what's
to cry.
coming.
you can yell if you need to.
So, like I had predicted, that there would be a fire of sorts. There was. Meredith Gray's house burnt down. The episode was called Thunderstruck.
Oh, no.
As you can imagine, a lightning storm hit Seattle. And a bolt of lightning hit the tree outside Meredith's house.
Oh, wow.
It happens. That does happen.
Okay, this is what the really fucked up thing. As Meredith and her family, they're packing up the fucking house. She's already decided they're moving. They're moving to Boston for Zola to go to a school for geniuses. Zola's her daughter.
Okay.
So like starts off they're doing cute sister packing, and her and Amelia and Maggie, and yeah, she's like, oh, I got to run off to the hospital, to help save lives. God forbid your house can just be fine to go save lives. Can't even go save lives without your own crumbling down. So yeah, she goes to work. Maggie and Amelia, they're packing Maggie, and she's up in the room and one of the rooms, and she finds, thank God, she's like putting stuff in boxes. She's like, oh, look, it's the Post-it note from Derek. I'm sorry, can you hear Pumpkin?
A little bit, just a little.
He is distracted. Pumpkin, it's okay. It's okay. Meredith lives. It's all right. So she finds a Post-it note. She's like, oh, it's the framed. And if you're not familiar with Grays, when Derek, Meredith's beloved husband, Derek Shepard, who passed away tragically in a horrible car accident.
Oh, okay.
They wrote their wedding vows on a Post-it. And so that was how they were married for a while. And before they actually got married.
I see. So
the Post-it is framed. There's lots of things in this house that are very special. And Megan's like, oh, this is, I'll set this aside. Make sure that she doesn't accidentally throw it away or something when she's like packing stuff. Because Meredith's like, oh, don't worry. I got the movers coming. It's just, it's just stuff. And, we'll get it packed. And so thankfully, Maggie kind of sets it up a little out of the way. So then seconds later, bam, there's a lightning bolt outside the fucking window.
Oh, no.
And the whole earlier part of the episode, they're like, how rare is it for people to get hit by lightning? Wow, how rare is it?
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, that happens. And then Meredith's, of course, in the middle of a life-saving procedure, saving who I'm pretty sure it's the actress who was the mom on, I'm going to say Tool Time, Home Improvement. What's her name? Jill. She played Jill. Oh, what's her name? Pretty sure that was her.
Jill.
She plays an author. So this was like Meredith's one of her favorite authors growing up.
Huh.
And so she, of course now it's up to her to save her life because she's in the hospital. So she has to save this author's life. So she's in the middle of this surgery. And Weber comes in. He's like, Meredith, I need you to step away from the patient. And she's like,
no.
what? I'm in the middle of this surgery. I can't just step away. She's like, no, there's been a fire at your house. And she goes, oh no, my kids. And he's like, that's all I know. There's just been a fire. There's a fire at your house. So we don't know if the kids are okay. Just like, oh God, So he runs out and she runs home. Thank God the kids, everyone's okay. They're all outside. But the house is burning.
Oh no.
And they even stick a dagger in the heart because then they show a close up of like the attic burning and like where all like her mom's journals and stuff.
God.
Or, like all just all like this really special stuff and like
no.
all the tapes of the surgeries and
Why
like all
would
these
they
things
do
that help
that?
shape. It was just
That's shitty.
yeah. But then Maggie, sweet Maggie, was like, on my way out, I grabbed the Post-it box. So at least they saved the marriage Post-its.
Wow.
But it looks like, they made it, they really did a close up like, no, don't think that it's kind to be okay. It's all up in flames.
It's all gone.
So, yeah. I'm like, why? She's packing her stuff.
Right.
She's already going. It's not like she even had second thoughts about going. Like, oh, my life is here, this and that. No, she's already beyond that. She's like, no, we're going, Why not just let the other sisters live there or some of the new interns live there?
Right. That is a weird choice. And for all her mom stuff to get destroyed, like what are they trying to say here?
Yeah. It was just, I don't know, maybe that's how it ended. Like she's just like standing there hugging the Post-it note, like tears in her eyes, watching her house burn down. It's like, what the fuck? Hasn't she been through enough? At least the author survived her surgery.
Played by Patricia Richardson.
Yeah, there you go. Pretty sure.
Well, I have a question for you, Tara. Are we sure it was a lightning strike and it wasn't a pack of wolves? Arson wolves?
It's tough to say. The wolves might have been like stalking around with some kind of rod attached to their tails.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Okay. Maybe next week it'll get into it.
Well, that was the fall finale.
Oh,
now,
no.
We have to wait until February 23rd.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah. We only got 7 episodes. And when it returns, that's the 8th episode. That is Meredith's last episode. So they had a preview of, they going away. Yeah. Right.
Of the season?
She's leaving. Yeah, she's done for the season.
She's out.
She's only in 8 episodes, unless she makes like a quick cameo. But they announced that she was in 8 episodes.
Holy shit.
So
okay, well that's
again
upsetting.
Why? The house could still be there. It doesn't need to be burnt down.
Right.
We don't have any false hope that now are they just trying to say like, well, now she has nothing to return home to ever, so like don't.
Maybe.
But it would have been fine. I don't know. I'm very upset about this. I just think it was completely unnecessary.
Maybe they're like, she's going to rise like a phoenix. Meredith Grey rises from the ashes and is stronger than before.
Yeah. Like, are they going to, maybe they'll, I don't know. I can't imagine if any of the house would be salvageable or rebuildable. They have to rebuild the whole thing,
Yeah, it's gone.
Maybe they can find some of the stuff in the rubble. It wasn't like contained to one room, It's like the whole thing.
It was the whole thing. Yikes.
Yeah.
I'm just looking through Twitter now at the pictures and the response, and it seems like, it's like, why did you have to take the house?
Why? It's like it's like a major character death.
It is.
The house is a character from day one. When, Derek and Meredith meet each other and then they have their night together and, he pops up from behind the couch and, it's like, is this your house? And she goes, no, it's my mother's house. And then she lives there with the other interns, with George and Izzy, and has all these memories there. So sad.
Maybe that was someone's idea of saying this is symbolic of the old is gone, she's gone. But still,
it's still Grey's Anatomy. Just fucking leave it.
Right. I agree.
It's hard enough that she's leaving.
That's weird.
Like, why? I don't get it.
I don't either.
It's hard enough. Sucks enough. It would be. I don't know.
They really think it was going to give people like false hope that she would come back or something.
Right.
I
I
had
don't know. I'm
no.
sorry.
Yeah, I had made peace with her leaving. I think it makes sense. She's done enough. Like I never thought until I saw those promo pictures that it never even occurred to me. Like, why would they do that?
Right.
Why not have that be the house be like the last shot? Like these are where all the memories were made, like of the series. I'd be fine with something like that. With the hospital and the house. What are they going? Are they going to burn down the hospital now to make sure that we all know that? Well, Meredith doesn't have a house to come back to, Bubba. Just in case you were thinking maybe she has that hospital to come back to. No, we're just gonna burn it all down.
I'm sorry, Tara.
Very sorry for your loss.
I'm very upset. I don't know what to feel. Just numb.
It's okay. Embrace the sad.
Yeah, you can be sad. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Man. It makes no sense.
Well, maybe honestly, like maybe the writers have something in mind, and maybe it will make sense, and maybe it'll be bad. Like it's for a good reason.
I will say, this is probably, and I say it is like a character death. There's been some deaths of characters I've liked, but none
Sure.
I felt like so attached to. But since I've been watching the show live, like I got into the show like 4 or 5 years ago. That was when I started watching live as it aired, because I caught up when it went on Netflix, and I was like, oh, what's the big deal about this show? And then I, of course, became obsessed. So since I've been watching, this is probably like the most gut-wrenching thing for me.
Wow.
One of the
Yeah.
most, And so I can't imagine watching live when freaking Lexi and Mark get taken out by a plane crash, and when Derek I remember very clearly seeing all the Twitter blow up when Derek died, because he had just signed a 2-year contract. So yeah, people had no idea. And I can't imagine watching that and like how upsetting this feels.
Yeah.
Just what that would feel like. Oh man. Ugh. To have no idea it was coming. Rough.
Brutal.
That's my thought for the day.
All right. Well.
And now I have till February to figure out what's going to happen with that.
Right.
So
To stew and to replay it in your mind.
yeah, they have some really long breaks, Grace. It always seems to be this really long winter
interesting.
break. Mhm.
Yeah. I wonder what goes in their place. Like, it's not reruns, is it? Do they play something else? Is it like sports or something?
I don't know. They don't have. There's only been 7 episodes. So
It's weird.
We have enough. Episodes.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's very
What
strange.
Thursday nights, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably some reality something,
Maybe like a singing show.
bachelor something
So
or
many
other. I don't
singing
know.
shows.
Singing show, because we need more random singers to be on shows.
We do. Are we ready to move on to nerd news?
Let's talk about some nerd news.
Okay.
Nerd news. Nerd news. I repeat, we have breaking nerd news. Hey, Tara, can you perk up a little bit to talk about another show you like?
Yeah. I'll get it together.
Tara might be spoiling things for Warrior Nun Season 2.
Oh yeah, spoilers. It's possible, spoilers. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, if you care. But I'll try to keep it as general as possible. Maybe we'll talk more about it another week after people have a little more time. I did post the homework. On Twitter and Instagram to binge watch season 2 of Warrior Nun. It came out on Thursday, the 10th, November 10th. So it's out. I saw it on Friday, and I was like, oh, after work, I was like, oh yeah, it's out. I'm gonna watch first episode. I'm gonna give some ratings like, when it first comes out. I don't know how the Netflix stuff works, but so I put on the first episode, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how much I love the show. So then I watched all 8 episods. There's only 8, and they're like between 40 and 55 minutes long.
Okay.
So, Ava Treese, it was the Ava and Beatrice ship was on fire. You know, they really upped their game. So in season 1, if you're familiar with Warrior Nun, there was I don't even know if they considered this flirtation or whatever this was. It certainly wasn't a relationship. There was no kiss. There was no, you know, I love you or you know, but it definitely picked up on by fans, this chemistry, this relationship. Beatrice is like the protector. Ava is a warrior nun. She kind of falls into it. It's a really cool story. If you haven't got into it, Ava she actually is dead at the beginning of the show. She was an orphan and she was paralyzed. So she had been paralyzed her whole life. So she wakes up and she's been given this power kind of out of desperation because they had no one else to give it to at the moment. She's the only dead body there. They had to put this halo into her, which essentially makes you the warrior nun. They're trying to protect it from these people trying to steal it. So she kind of is thrown into this situation. So there's kind of this fun back and forth between her and Beatrice because Beatrice is like, well, you don't deserve this, you know, and I'm trying to help you. You don't know what you're doing. She's kind of assigned to help train Ava. And it's really cool. And it's actually a funny show. When you think Warrior Nun, it's like, this is not a religious show. Like, you know, like it's not, it's, you know, many of these women nuns, you know, they're fighters and they're part of like a secret sect. Like basically they know there's a lot of supernatural shit going on, you know, so they're kind of like sworn protectors. It's really cool. So certainly don't be swayed by that if that's what you're thinking. This is not at all. No.
God talk.
Yeah. So so there's this really interesting relationship that develops, but people, you know, are like, is this queer baiting? Because, you know, are they going to continue this? Are they just trying to make us feel like there's something there, but they're not going to make it anything? And then the show went on hiatus for, not hiatus, you know, 2 years, COVID. It just took a long time. It was announced that season 2 was coming, but it took a long time. I think it came out in July 2020. Oh, and so now it just for November 2022. So a very long time.
Yeah.
So we really had no idea where they were going to take this relationship or if they were going to go all in, if they were going to pull back. You know, we had heard like they're into each other. But the thing is, it's like a very, 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 very slow burn. If you are looking for girl on girl action, as far as sexual, there is girl on girl action in the fighting sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Great action scenes, you know, in that as far as fighting. The stunts in the show are awesome. Look at some of the behind the scenes. They do mostly their own stunts, all of the actresses. Okay. So it's really cool to see. Anyway, I'm off topic. If you're looking for the girl on girl sexing action.
And so, you know, Tara's making finger motions to demonstrate lesbian sex.
Right. It's not like the L word, okay?
Got it.
There is other queer representation. There's some really great female characters in general. But this relationship kind of, and I just remember it slowly developing. I was like, am I seeing what I'm seeing? You know, you have that feeling. It's one of those like friendships where you're like,
right.
Was that look a little different? Like, I don't think I was looking at my platonic friends that way. Right. So it kind of came out of that. So, you know, there was the queer baiting thing. So this season, if you saw, once they started releasing the promos, people were like, okay, they're going for it. And they kind of started talking like, this is not in your imagination. This is deliberate. This is,
that's fun.
But it is a slow burn. So don't expect it to be like hey, I'm in love with you. Let's make out. And like, they have a job to do. They're in the middle of a shitstorm. Like, they are fighting off demons and devils and crazy angels, you know? So like, that's not what it is, but was so fun. Like this, they really, I thought, did a really great job of just see how that relationship develops. And, you know, I made some notes I should probably bring up, and I don't want to spoil it too much because the moments were so fun to watch, but basically Beatrice, has been a nun, and Alba, or I said not Alba, that's Alba Baptiste, that's the actress, Ava. So they both are kind of having a lot of firsts together because Ava was an orphan and paralyzed. So she, like, once she became the warrior nun, she walked for the first time in like her adult life. And Beatrice, like this season, Beatrice gets to get drunk and let loose a little bit. So they're kind of in hiding. So they're working at this bar, this awesome, adorable pub in Switzerland.
Okay.
So they're kind of in hiding from the shit that happened the year before. So they get to live you get to see them be like normal, outside of their nun outfits and and of course they're like super cute, right? And so they get to get drunk together. And
it's cute.
From the beginning, it is like a mutual, like, googly eyes at one another, like, oh man, like you see it. It was a lot of fun to watch, and I just loved how they went full in. Nice. My notes were, Ava gets Beatrice drunk. They dance and have lots of gay looks. That's my note.
Love it.
It's really funny. Like the show has a lot of really great one-liners and really just the characters are funny. So it is, obviously a serious show, but there's a lot of lightheartedness as well, lighthearted moments. It was really fun. So they kind of throw this newer character, this guy in the mix that's kind of with them in Switzerland, that they're both they all are against this crazy angel guy that's he's like a, David Koresh kind of culty guy that's trying to get these Got
it.
And so they are part of the resistance, try to form this group to overturn him. Mm-hmm. So this new guy's around, and you can see there's a really fun jealousy situation happening. And then, so it's kind of like Ava is telling, I think you're just jealous, to Beatrice, right? And then there's a really fun turn on it, like some of the next episodes where, again, I don't want to ruin it, but one of my favorite scenes where I wish I could find someone like this to help me out in a bar, where Beatrice is just sitting there kind of like, and her and Ava are just kind of like looking at each other. Ava's bartending, and this girl comes and sits next to Beatrice, and she's like, I've seen you staring at that girl for the last 20 minutes, and Beatrice is like, what? No, we're just friends. I just wish she'd listened to me for once or something. It was just really cute scene. She goes, okay, yeah, just friends. She goes, I had a friend like that. And she goes, you know how I made her more than a friend? And Beatrice is like, huh? What? How?
Tell me everything.
She's like, I made her realize that she wasn't the only friend I had in the world. So basically make her a little jealous. So then she kind of helped Beatrice out a little bit. And and then great shot. For the first time, you kind of see Ava get a look, like you just see her look up like, what the fuck is going on over there? And it was great. It was just because you'd see them have these interactions before, but it was I love that they made Ava a little jealous as well.
That's cute.
Yeah. So I need someone to show up and just willingly help me out like that. Yeah. And the fighting, it's so great. Both of these women, I just watching the behind the scenes is very motivating for me.
Oh, okay.
There's a great scene in there with an apology. I'm a big fan of good apologies. They had kind of a blowout, Beatrice and Ava, as far as, again, Beatrice yelling at Ava for not listening to her and brewing up a shitstorm around them. And Ava's like, I didn't fucking ask for this. I didn't ask to be paralyzed. I didn't ask to die. And I certainly didn't wake up and ask to be a fucking nun for the Catholic fucking church. Which kind of goes off on her. But it's a really great scene. And they have, some more long looks, and Beatrice has a nice apology in there. But it was really, I love that scene. I don't want to ruin it too much because, anyway. So all I'll say is that it is a slow, but obvious. It's talked about. People are going, one of the other nuns goes up to Beatrice and says, I see it. I see that you are in love with the warrior nun. And she's like, what? What are you talking about? She goes, yeah, the hardest thing about basically about loving the warrior nun is loving the warrior nun because basically she's doomed to die. That's her thing. She's supposed to like protect us, like she dies to protect us. And then you take the halo out and you give it to the next person designated to be the warrior nun. Like the warrior nun is not designed to live forever.
Yeah.
You survive until you make your sacrifice and then you give it to somebody else. Someone else takes over. So, she put that out. She kind of drew it back to reality because, then you start panic and you're like, oh no, it's going to be another one of those, oh God, she's going to die.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like trying to make you remember, like, this is the thing.
It's not a happy ending.
It has existed before, right? So again, the burn continues. I mean, up to the last episode, but it's great payoff. I really enjoyed it. I thought it took its time exactly how it should have. I
love a slow burn. I think it's so smart to do that.
I thought it was realistic. I mean, the situations that they're in and the relationship that they have, that they're supposed to be a team and they're in a very dangerous situation, so they're not going to have time to just sit around and explore these feelings all the time. It's going to take an extended period of time for you maybe to get there, right? And you have to also think, well, I can't let my feelings getting in the way because I'm supposed to help protect this person, right? And that's literally my one job. So, yeah. And I will say, I'm just going to say it. At the end of season 2, Ava, spoiler alert, Ava, the warrior nun, is severely wounded.
Oh boy.
But she doesn't die.
Okay.
She does, however, have to be transported to a parallel dimension.
Oh yeah.
In order to heal. So it's kind of left up in the air, and Beatrice has to let her go because she knows that's the only way she has a chance to survive. No, she can't go.
Okay.
So that's, but it's handled in a way that I thought fit the show.
Cool.
And it left it open, and then there was kind of an end credit scene. Kind of, left it open to, they could have easily just had her die right there.
Sure.
Easily.
Or made you think that she was dead.
Right. But they gave her a chance. And I mean, if Netflix, I can see why they did it that way too, because it kind of had a satisfying ending if, Netflix pulls the plug like they normally do.
Yeah, smart.
But also, if they get another season, of course, Ava's going to be back as a warrior nun. Like,
sounds like there's more stories to be told here.
Yeah, and they even say, at the end, there's a holy war coming. You have to. There's more. They didn't solve the problem at the end of this one. So it's just a matter as if it gets picked up again.
Got it. So that's a question mark. I mean, it just came out, so they're probably waiting to see how well.
So just watch it.
It sounds good. Honestly,
enjoy it.
You're selling me on this show.
Yeah, it's fun. I like the story. The villain is annoying as hell. Like, It's just you really want him to die, and you're just like, ugh, get out of here.
Perfect.
You're the worst. It's just really fun. And I love the women on the show. They're so good. I was disappointed that one character that they really left open at the end of season 1 didn't end up coming back. Like they and then they tell you that at the beginning. Okay, no, she's not. But you're still kind of hoping, like, oh no, maybe it was but she doesn't.
No.
Because she was a great character. Awesome. It kind of felt like 2 years, 3 years shooting passed.
It's hard.
But it was fun. I had a great time watching it. I was like cheering at the screen some of these scenes, and I was like, hell yeah, they made it super gay. They went all in. I loved it. The actresses, it was very important to them for it to not be queer bait, for it to, and the writer. I just think the writing of it was really well done.
It sounds like the writers are very aware of that danger zone.
Yes.
And it sounds like, honestly, a slow burn is so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, no, you're selling me on the show. I might have to check it out.
Do it.
Okay. And
make a weekend out of it.
I'm sure listeners will let us know.
Yeah.
When people start finishing it. So, it's great.
Yeah. And
hope there's a season 3.
boy, am I gay. Just watching those
If
ladies.
there's any doubt before.
I'm like, damn. Wow. Yeah. That's it.
Awesome. Love it. We have some more nerd news. Guys,
So
go for it.
there's, according to one of our sites we frequent, giant freaking robots.
So great. I love it.
It's Scarlett Johansson is supposedly coming back to the Marvel universe in Avengers Secret Wars, is it? Avengers Secret Wars.
I haven't heard of this movie yet until this article.
It's coming out in 2026, so don't look for it anytime soon.
Oh, okay.
We're literally over 3 years away from this film.
Got it.
But, you know, I think on the site it also says something about Chris Evans. And I think I don't think they're the main cast. There's not a whole lot about it, obviously, right now. I think it's probably going to be more of the new. I think it had, like, if you look at it on IMDb, I think, like.
Oh, it's already up there? Nice.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's kind of like how much is accurate. I don't know how accurate IMDb always is. But right now,
especially
it lists,
this far out.
Chris Hemsworth is Thor, Jonathan Majors is King the Conqueror, Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange. You know, it has a lot to do with this whole multiverse, alternate everything. So you can, in theory, bring back characters who have passed or had different outcomes in the main storyline. So yeah, I mean, I love Scarlett Johansson and Black Widow. Then I was thinking, you know, sometimes you feel like, do you ever get closure? Because you have closure, and then like, oh, they're back in this other time, like, oh, and then they're back, and like, you know, Black Widow was a nice, you know, film to have with Black Widow, and you kind of knew what eventually happens to her, but you know, it was a nice film to enter Black Widowness on. But then, you know, now she's back, and I guess we've got people coming back on shows. You've still got Thor movies. You've still got, you know, it's like the universe is still going on. I'm glad to see her back, but sometimes I just feel like, you know, like I don't want to see Iron Man back. I feel like I love him. He may be my favorite. Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man. I'm obsessed with that movie. I watch it every time it's on TV. But he had closure. He had a perfect note of closure. I don't want him back. I want that last end of Avengers Endgame to be the end, as much as I love the character. And so, you know, I mean, I love it. I'm curious. I'll be there. I love the Marvel. Still need to see Black Panther or Wakanda Forever. Yeah, and same. Still I didn't even watch the last Thor yet. But you know, I mean, I feel like if they can get them back, and I don't know that they'll be like the main focus. Maybe they will be. Maybe they pop in. Who knows? Marvel's got so many toys in their toy box right now. Right, they can pull anybody. So they've got the alternate timelines. They've got multiverses. They've got everything. They could put anybody anywhere and do whatever they want. So
yeah, because I mean, the amount of timelines, or you know, alternate timelines is infinite, right? Like you can. There's a million different things they could do. And so, yeah, farther in the article, other people who are rumored to be coming back could be Ian McKellen as Magneto, Wesley Snipes as Blade, Nick Cage as Ghost Rider, Chris Evans as Captain America, and Kristen Dunst as Mary Jane Watson. So, yeah, they have all these toys in their toy box, and I mean come on, it does sound pretty freaking cool.
They already, like with the last Spider-Man, they've crossed into other, you know, other Spideys. I mean, there's Spider-Man. Anybody could do anything at this point, and there's still the talk of like Final Four coming in. You got Secret Invasion. Who knows who'll show up for that? You got the Marvels or whatever that. Quantumania. I mean, who knows what all they'll do in Quantumania with, you know, everything that. I mean, it's just like they've expanded this universe to do whatever they want.
You know who Captain America dates in real life?
Who's that?
Alba Baptista from Warrior Nun.
We're coming full circle here.
Maybe Warrior Nun will show up and
that would be a cool crossover.
Are they part of the MCU?
Not yet, but
well, we'll work on it.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm into it, but I see what you're saying, Wendy. Like, we've given some of these characters a really nice sign off. Yeah. Why are we bringing them back? But who knows? Maybe it's not in a way that we are expecting.
You never know. And again, and if Tony Stark / Iron Man showed up, I'd be thrilled because I love him. But I loved his closure. But
Yeah.
I'm here. Marvel hasn't let me down yet, so I'm sure whatever they do, it'll be good.
And
I'm
we don't have
excited.
long
I'm
to
glad
wait.
she's back.
It's only 2026, so right around the corner.
My goodness. At least there's something up there. I remember back in the day when I just wanted to make it to 1983. I just wanted to get to 1983 to see Return of the Jedi, and after that, I was like, "Dear Lord, just get me to 1983. Any amount of time I live past that will be bonus." So I'm already 40 years almost past 1983. So
I felt that way about 1997. It's like, oh, those prequels are coming out. Please, can I just make it to that? Oh no.
Well, at least you made it to the sequels and
that's true.
Disney Plus. So
exactly.
Anyway, good times. Movies. It's the era of the nerd, man.
I know.
We're mainstream.
This
Nerds
is our
are just,
time.
We're living in the golden age.
When do you take this next one too?
Sure. Look, I'm not going to act like I know a lot about the man, the shows, what he did, but there was a very big loss in the nerd, Batman animated, especially world. Kevin Conroy. I'm just butchering his name. Kevin Conroy passed away. And again, I didn't watch animated Batman, but I knew enough about him and the people that loved the character and the animated version of the character to know that he was huge in the world of animation and Batman. And for a lot of people, this was their Batman. The animated Batman was, Kevin Conroy. I remember it seemed like he did a lot of conventions. Always had a big, a lot of people show up for Kevin Conroy. He was only 66.
Wow.
Yeah. But that, just again, for something I don't know a lot about. And I think he was like Mark Hamill's Joker was opposite his Batman.
Yes.
And they were like a pair, And Mark Hamill, a lot of people are like, he is the Joker. He is the Joker. Kevin Conroy is Batman. And he was like an animated legend.
He was a legend, yeah.
Yeah. And when it comes to animation, voiceover, Batman, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people, paying him tribute on the socials. And last night, Leah and I went for a walk with Cooper, and we passed by Blast from the Past, Wendy. It's, I think you've been there. It's that cool, like, old toy, store. Like, comic toy kind of place.
Looks like my room.
And they had a sign on the door paying respect to Kevin Conroy. So, yeah, he touched a lot of different fandoms, and a lot of people are paying their respect. So, yeah, a giant in the industry is gone.
Yeah. Met a lot of the fans at conventions. People, Mark Hamill posted a nice tribute to him. They were kind of linked, as we said.
Yeah.
And apparently he was great with the fans, and people just adored him. And he was superhero animation nerddom legend. And to those who, sorry for the loss of him, for those that really loved him and his work and that Batman. And my friend Paul, I always say if he could be anybody, he would be Batman or Bruce Lee. And so Batman is his thing, and he met Kevin Conroy a few times.
Oh, cool! Oh, that's nice. And you got to meet him.
Oh yeah. So
very cool.
And that's nice. And people like him or anybody that does this, goes to the conventions for whatever reasons they decide to go to conventions. It gives people that chance to meet someone like this, so you can tell them while they're alive how much you like them and their work.
Face to face.
And
it's a big deal.
So it's like a lot of people got to do that, which is nice.
Well, y'all, I have to go to work. I have to go to work. I have to go to work at the hospital, and I'm really hoping my house doesn't burn down while I'm
gone. Okay, that's not funny.
Me too.
It wasn't funny, Kat.
I didn't think it was funny. I don't want anyone's house to burn down. That's terrible.
Well, it's not supposed to be storms or lightning today, so
yeah, it's pretty clear out. So hopefully I'll be safe.
We'll see. Let us know if you need us to go check on the house.
I will. I will.
Okay.
All right. Well, till next time then. So Tara can go save lives. It's a great day to save lives. Isn't that what they say?
It is. Good. Derek Shepard says that.
I should know. You can find us on the Twitter at Snot Podcast with 1D.
or Facebook and Instagram at She Nerds Out Podcast.
You can send us an email at shenerds@gmail.com or go to our website, shenerds.com, where you can get some merch, you can buy us a beer, you can catch up on all episodes. We have a P.O. Box. It's SNOP, P.O. Box 6732, Burbank, California, 91510.
All right.
Okay.
That was fun.
Hey,
See you at the
listen,
Xenocon next week.
We'll see you guys next weekend.
Rock on. Till that time happens, I know that was horrible. Till then, she nerds
Out.
She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things.